Massive power, unlimited wealth, the world's most recognizable flag. Is the country we know today as the United States merely a modern power? Or does it hide centuries of history marked by blood, revolution, and oblivion? Think for a moment. This land, which is now a symbol of liberty, was once wild, primitive, a slave to another empire. How did its name become America? Was it born on the battlefield or with the stroke of a pen? The beginning of this epic was an impossible dream. Let us now look at the first step of that journey. The United States of America, USA, we see today, vast, powerful, and the nucleus of the modern world, was not born from a sudden event. It was the result of centuries of conflict, aspiration, and a breathtaking rebellion. The question is, whose land was this originally? Which nation was it part of before? And how did a new country truly come into being? Centuries before the 1600s, this vast continent was entirely the home of its original inhabitants, the Native Americans, tribes like the Apache, Cherokee, and Lakota. They possessed their own way of life, culture, and sovereignty. But the arrival of Columbus in 1492 changed the destiny of this region forever. European powers, especially Spain, France, and Great Britain, rushed to claim this new land, driven by the lure of wealth and power. The eventual victor in this conflict was Great Britain. In the 17th century, the British established their first permanent settlements on the East Coast. Driven by the hope for religious freedom, economic opportunity, and a new life, thousands of people migrated from Britain. One by one, 13 British colonies were formed: Virginia, Massachusetts, New York. This entire land was then part of Great Britain. The colonists considered themselves British citizens, but the distance across the Atlantic and their differing way of life gradually fostered a new identity among them, the American identity. By the 1760s, Britain began to view its colonies merely as a source of exploitation. Following the French and Indian War, Britain's economic strain grew, and that burden was placed upon the colonists through new taxes. Crucially, the colonies had no representation in the British Parliament. Their slogan became, "No taxation without representation." This resentment, this feeling of injustice, was the first spark that ignited the birth of a new nation. The fire of rebellion first flared up in Boston. In 1773, protesting excessive duties on tea, the colonists dumped British tea into the sea. This was the Boston Tea Party. The British government attempted to suppress the rebellion harshly, but the colonists were no longer ready to bow down. In April 1775, the battles of Lexington and Concord began, the first military clashes between British troops and the American militia. This war ultimately gave birth to the American Revolutionary War. In this time of crisis, representatives from the colonies met in Philadelphia, known as the Second Continental Congress. They realized that mere protest was not enough. An organized military force was required. The command of this force was entrusted to an exceptional individual, George Washington. Under Washington's leadership, the Continental Army was formed. The challenges were immense. Britain possessed the world's most powerful naval and military force, while the Americans had a poorly trained militia. But they had one thing: a fierce desire for freedom. Though the war was ongoing, the ideals of the revolution needed a formal expression. In the summer of 1776, a young, brilliant writer from Virginia, Thomas Jefferson, was tasked with drafting a document. This document was not just a declaration of independence, it was a new philosophy of human rights. On July 4, 1776, the Continental Congress officially adopted the Declaration of Independence. This declaration stated that all men are created equal, and they are endowed with the rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Yet this declaration did not bring freedom overnight. The bloody war continued for the next 7 years, but with Washington's ultimate victory at Yorktown and crucial military aid from France, Britain admitted defeat in 1783. Through the Treaty of Paris, 1783, Britain finally and formally recognized the independence of these 13 colonies. A new nation was born.
This newly independent country now sought a name that would reflect its unity and sovereignty. What would it be? Just America? Or a united power? While there is debate about the name's earliest use, its official foundation was laid in the Declaration of Independence. In the draft and final version of this document, the new nation was formally and publicly named for the first time, the United States of America. The American political activist Thomas Paine also helped popularize the term United States in his famous writings. The name captured the nation's core idea, multiple states uniting to form a single union. Thus, the colonies formerly under Great Britain became the United States. Even after achieving independence, the nation remained weak. The absence of a strong central government and conflicts among the states threatened to tear the country apart. Therefore, a robust constitution was needed. In 1787, a historic convention took place in Philadelphia, known as the Constitutional Convention. James Madison is often called the architect of this constitution. After long debates and compromises, the U.S. Constitution was born, establishing the framework for governance and remaining one of the oldest written constitutions in the world today. Under this constitution, George Washington was unanimously elected as the first president. From a colony to an independent republic, and finally to one of the world's most powerful nations, the journey of the United States was challenging. It began as the land of Native Americans, grew up as a British colony, and finally established itself on the world stage as the United States of America through a declaration and a name. This history is not just the story of a nation's birth. It is the enduring tale of the human desire for liberty, self-determination, and the dream of a better future.